of your job, or the worst part of
The
job?
worst part. Especially when you get questions like that Loch Ness one.
Yeah, you get some funny ones, but I think every coach and manager, if they had the choice, they would go and work with the players on the field, coach them, make them better, improve them, spend more time with them. But our job, of course, is to probably, and when you have a lot of games, you're maybe doing up to 6 press conferences a week, trying to tell a different story in a different way, provide inspiration and leadership for your team and your supporters. So I respect that, but it's certainly not the most.
I mean, do you sense a kind of negativity in some of the questions? It always seems to be like, the tone seems to be like, why even turning up tomorrow? You know, they've got Messi, they've got Suarez, they've got this. It's almost like they're trying to catch you out and say, well, we've no chance, you know?
That's exactly what they're trying to do. That's exactly. So the key always is, you know, I'm very optimistic, you know, and everything that I'll do. So I'll always, you know, some people may call it deluded, some people call it whatever, but I refer to it probably as more being optimism. And if you don't ever think you have a chance, then you may as well not turn up. But I've never been like that in my life. So we have to always respect the team that we're playing. But can we do something special, and we understand the level they're at. We understand that you've arguably get the best players ever played the game of football in its entirety, and we have to find a way to combat that. And as long as we do our very best, that is all that worries me.
Mm-hmm. So do you approach a game like Barcelona with trepidation or excitement, or
Excitement.
a bit of both?
Yeah, no, I don't see it as a threat.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it's very much an opportunity for us. Really, you know, we have an opportunity to right some of the wrongs from the last game that we played, where we didn't really show ourselves in that game. And I think it's one that, it would be an opportunity for us to go in front of our own supporters and show that, it'll be a difficult game, but we're going to fight and we're going to give everything to get a result. So no, you always think about the opponent, you think about their strengths and the qualities, and you look to combat that, but then you have to then look to try and impose your style. And that's how I've always worked, and that's what gives my team an aggression in the game and an attacking intent to go and really ask questions of the other team.
I mean, it was really good when you mentioned 1967. You obviously never just gave a normal soundbite that we've had the previous managers mentioning the 5 trophies won. I mean, in this year's particularly, are you in any way impressing that on the players, the anniversary, what it means, especially going into European games like tomorrow?
Not really. I mentioned I used it in my last game. I used it in the Manchester City game. When I talked about the team win, the 5 trophies that they won, and not just about what they achieved, but I talked about what it must have taken mentally to achieve that, you know, and all the tough games that they would have had. So I remember going to the Lisbon Line anniversary view here, which was about an hour and a half long, and was a real inspiration for me. And so I took away from that what Jock Stein and his staff put into that, and I also took what it must have felt for the players, and how to win not just 1 trophy but 5, what that takes. You need a bit of luck along the way, of course, but you also need to have a real relentless mentality, and that's what I take from their story that season. You know, they could have settled for 2 trophies, or 3, but it was relentless. It was, can we be the best that we can be? And in that season of over 60 odd games, a unique feeling to have won 5. So it's very much an inspiration. I think you always have to remind players. You know, my job when I came in here was to defend the culture of Celtic. That's one of the visions of me coming into here. Defend the great history and the culture of this club. Yeah. It's in writing. It was something I said to the players on the very first day. So I will do that. I won't drown the players in it, because It's all around them. What we have to do is create more great memories for the supporters, and maybe in 50 years' time they can talk about our players and our team and what an exciting team they were to watch.
That's one of the things I actually took out of, because I was at the back of the room in the screening, you were there, and I thought, all of us have a bit of an ego, and sitting there in the concept that you could create a legacy that in 50 years' time people are talking about you and the players. That's the incentive that I'd be taking out of watching that. That's what I was thinking if I was in your shoes.
Yeah, I think for me, the sheer privilege to be here is immense, and of course I feel a personal responsibility because I'm a Celtic man. You know, the last thing I want to do here is to leave and be renowned as a failure. You know, so that fear gives you a driven feeling to be successful and to know that by your own people and by your own that you've done hopefully a good job. And then what that transpires to be over your time here, there's many things that you need along the way in order to make that happen, especially in modern football. But my ultimate looking at that was of sheer inspiration, and of course I think any manager or person watching that would think, yes, what a feeling that must have been. But that's how unique it was. It's only ever happened once.
You talk about success, first cup final on Sunday. What does it mean to you personally to lead out a Celtic team in a cup final, and how important is it to the progression of the team?
Yeah, I think it's a big moment for us. I felt it's like that Champions League moment in Beersheba, where it can fast track us, you know, to win something together very early on. Can create something special for us going forward for the next few years. If we didn't somehow, it would set us back a bit. But I believe that we could continually grow and have a really exciting chapter ahead of us. And it was similar to the Champions League qualification. I felt that this year was always going to be tough coming into a new team, a new squad, new players. Could we arrive in there? It was going to be tough. If we could do it, I think it would give us a great platform, which I think it has done. If we didn't, then okay, we need a lot of work to do, a lot of hard work to do, and then we'd have to then look to it next season. But I feel it's a big opportunity for us as a group very early on in the season. We deserve to win it, but we have, because of how we've been and how we've started. But again, you have to show it another time on the field. So we've got one more game to hold it and run about with it afterwards. But you've got to earn it.
And you personally, leading them out, your family, I mean, this must be a huge moment for them. Especially, I mean, we were all here at the press conference when you first came. This must be monumental.
Aye, it's incredible. And it wouldn't matter, as I said, if there was no one there. For me, that possibility to do that is, it's an eerie feeling. It was like the semi-final game. You know, I've watched that on telly many years. I've watched it, listened to it on the radio. You know, when it wasn't on telly. You know, a Celtic Rangers, people wonder why I was happy after the game. I wasn't celebrating. I've lived that moment, you know, in a Celtic Rangers game for many, many years. You know, a winner with a few minutes to go and being with your own people. You know, I wasn't going to not celebrate.
Exactly.
So, so no, it was an incredible moment. And now we get a chance to finish it off and make everyone proud. Family, supporters, players, everyone. And then continue on what has been a great journey so far.
Is it going to be tough? What time do you think people get to sleep after playing on Wednesday night? Is it going to be tough to have only a day and a half's preparation for a cup final? Yeah, it is. The day after the game, there's no doubt about it. It is hard to, you know, especially an evening game, you know, you're probably not sleeping until maybe 3 a.m. with the buzz of everything and whatnot. Brings you into Thursday, then get Friday, Saturday. So, but listen, what do we want? Do we want a clear week? Or do we want a Champions League night? And, you know, for me, keep the games coming, keep the big games coming, and get this stadium full. And when it's not full, can we go and get trophies and be successful? So, but we'll have the energy. There's no doubt about that. So what's your what's your prep between now and 7:45 tomorrow?
Well, we've done all our sort of tactical preparation. The players now will meet up tomorrow and they'll relax this evening and then we will meet up tomorrow and then finish off our final bits of our preparation. I'll frame the players mentally for the game, and then come kick off, the hyenas get rolled out, the noise becomes unbelievable, and then we're ready to fly again, and hopefully we can fly like the Man City game.
I mean, one of the things I've noticed you've talked about continuously is removing the fear for the players. And I think that's been evident, from the new camp to Mönchengladbach, the difference in performance and all that. If we have that ability to remove the fear tomorrow, how big a chance do you think we have?
Yeah, huge chance, because listen, there's obviously, they have qualities, huge qualities. Like I say, they barely give Manchester City a kick. But this is a game that's not just about possession when you play these. This is about dangerous possession. And if you can keep your concentration for the full period of the game and really focus on that, okay, for this game we might have to give up the ball a little bit more than we normally would, but knowing that you're still going to have opportunities, you're still going to be able to affect the result of the game, and you be resilient and you be persistent and you be hard to beat and you keep fighting, you have a major chance, of course. And that's already been shown. We can play to the level we did here against Manchester City, and it's going to need that level. If we can play to that level, then we have a chance.
You don't need to tell us what it is. Neil Lennon had a trick up his sleeve. He played a right back at left back to stop Messi cutting in. Have you got any tricks up your sleeve for
Yes. We've got a bricklayer. No, we just do your best. And, normal game, plan as intensely as we can and analyse the games and send them out there as confident as you can.
Okay, final question for me would be, you've talked, everything seems to have become really quick, Champions League and trophies and all that kind of thing, but hearing wee stories and that, you seem to be looking a lot more in the longer term now in terms of where we want to be and stuff. I mean, what's been your take on things like the Youth Academy and the progression that's coming from there? And where do you see that taking us in the next couple of years?
Yeah, I haven't. I think if you look at my vision of the club, so when I came in, I produced a document for all the senior staff, which outlined it was about winning as many titles as we possibly could. Leagues, Cups, Europa League, Champions League, that was the ultimate. Win as much, because this is a winning club. Playing attacking football to win, and with the most number of academy players that we possibly can. And the fourth element was about defending the culture and the history of the club. So those four elements is what my vision is based around. Short term, it was about getting the team Champions League, getting them focused, getting them playing attacking football, and then it will develop. Getting young players in the team is important. I have good communication with Chris and Tam and Jim and the guys that work there. I think what struck them is the level that the team has gone to. I think they feel that the team now, in terms of where we've been, maybe in terms of now where it's at, it's maybe a different level of player that's required. So hopefully, and that's what I'm trying to create here, create a standard that is based around an elite world-class level. I've been lucky enough to work at that level with that level of players, so I know what it looks like, and the drive is to keep improving that. So Youth Academy, there's a lot of great work goes on there, but we can't never ever be complacent. We really want to see the team have a number of those players in it, certainly in and around the squad. So that work goes on within that to try and create those players, develop the club, develop the training facility, and really, as I said, shine the torch on what is a brilliant club with as much positivity as we can. And it's I'm thankful I have the pleasure to lead that process.
Well, I was just going to say, you've said loads of titles, could be 6 in a row this year. It's not that far from 10.
No, hey. Well, let's take one at a time.
Thanks.
Okay.
Thanks,
Cheers.
Martin.
Nice to see you.
Thanks, Brendan.
Cheers. Take care. Thanks. Take care.